That angry mob down the road versus Arsenal. Here we go again. And if I'm being completely honest about this one, I think Tottenham's going to be more up for it than we do. If we are going anything by anything in that Wolverhampton game, and looking at where that angry mob down the road are, looking at how they've sacked their manager, they've brought in a new manager. The players are going to be ready. It's a North London derby. The fans are going to be ready. Apparently, they got a tifo, and the irony of the tifo is that they said, and I quote, apparently they said the tifo would have a. When I find English, I'll let you know. They said that the tifo would have North London since 1882. I'm sorry, the irony of that is kind of funny to me. You've been a club since 1882, but you've not been a North London club since 1882. You were a North London club in like the 1960s, not 1882. But moving past that, that angry mob down the road, as I say, I think they're just going to be up for it. And you look at the position that they're in right now. West Ham got 1 point against Bournemouth, and they're now on 25. Nottingham Forest are now currently on 27. They've got a game to play. And Spurs, of course, 29 with a game to play, and that game being us. So, I had to take a quick look at who Nottingham Forest have, and they've got Liverpool. Fucking Liverpool. But look, it's all good, because I know a couple of Liverpool friends, and I can go up to them, and I can ask them a few favours. I can go up to them, and I can say, hey man, we need you to take one for the team here. You can go for it every other game, but this game, nah. We need Nottingham Forest to get a result, preferably a win. And then hopefully we can take something off of Spurs. Hopefully all 3 points, because I will settle for nothing less. And then if we do that, Spurs are in trouble. A lot of trouble. They're only 4 points clear currently of West Ham. If they lose against us, and they're still 4 points, West Ham, who's picking up a little bit of form, I've noticed, could very well catch up to them. But it's up to us now to keep this kind of motion of Spurs not getting results, not getting the points. And if we can keep that up, they very well may get relegated. And that would give me at least something to be happy about. I don't think we'll win the league, but seeing Spurs get relegated, that would make me laugh. I have to say, with this Arsenal team, they confuse the fuck out of me. They really do. I can't understand them. I can't understand why they can beat certain teams and look really good, but then they struggle against teams like Wolverhampton Wanderers. And I can understand that Wolverhampton, they played a low block against us and it was really hard to break down, but we were 2-0 ahead. We were 2 goals up and we let both goals in. And apparently, Declan Rice apparently came out and said that the team forgot the basics. Brother, you can't forget the basics. This is the point in time where you don't forget anything. This is the point in time where we really need you to really push now. We've got a few games left. Currently, as well, Man City are winning 2-1. I believe it's half-time, as of recording. And I believe they're winning 2-1 according to this, so they're only 2 points behind us. And that will probably continue because Man City don't look like losing now. Courtesy of Liverpool. Thanks for that, guys, by the way. Courtesy of Liverpool letting in a fucking penalty. And then I don't even want to talk about that. But regardless, they've been set on a good run of results now. Arsenal, on the other hand, have done the exact opposite. We've been dropping point after point after point against teams that you wouldn't imagine Arsenal dropping points against. And it really is just like us. It really is. To make the quote-unquote worst team in Premier League history look good. When we beat them, we had to score, or well, they had to score, 2 own goals for us to get all 3 points at home. And then after that, when we go over them, they come back 2-2 from 2-0 down. We make them look good. Let's just have it right. We were losing every single battle. We weren't going forward. We were slowing down. Especially when you didn't want them to slow down, and a lot of players just produced nothing. But this has to be different. This game today has to be different, hopefully, because I know that Tottenham will come into this with an energy, and we need to come into this with that very same energy. We need to come into this wanting to get the 3 points. And more importantly, we need to go into this not sitting on a 1-goal lead. If we go 1 goal up, great, perfect, amazing. But I've seen it too many times with this bloody football club. We can't keep doing it. We cannot keep sitting on a 1-0, because every time we have done that, we fucked up. Every time we've done that, we either conceded, or at the barest minimum, we very fortunately got away with it. But that fortune catches up to you, and it has caught up to us way too many times. I'm just sick of seeing it. It's just not. It's not just that it isn't attractive; it's that it doesn't work. We've seen time and time again it doesn't work. And as much as I want to say, and this is me going back to Mr. Negative again, so prepare for that. But as much as I want to say that this team's learnt their lesson, have they really? Because I thought they learnt their lesson a long time ago. I thought they learnt their lesson after Sunderland. I thought they learnt their lesson after Nottingham. I thought they learnt their lesson after Man United. And it's like we just haven't done the job. We haven't put teams to the sword. Even at 2-0, they're not quite at the sword. Especially when you let them right back into it. But that's the way it's gone right now. It's the way it's gone, and there's nothing we can really do at this stage other than go to the North London derby, go to Tottenham, get the result, move on. And hopefully we can start building up our own kind of set of wins, but we need to just, as I keep saying, get the bloody job done. But look, all this has told me really this season, all this season has really told me is that this team needs more. This team needs more creativity in the midfield. It needs more defensive strategy in the midfield. It needs a bloody attacker who's going to pass to Gyökeres, or failing that, it needs a new striker. And there's a lot of work to be done still. We've created a brilliant squad, but we haven't solved all the problems. We need to get stronger. And it feels ridiculous saying this. Over £1 billion spent, and we're still sitting here saying we need to get stronger. But for now, we'll have to settle with a North London derby win if we even get that. But anyway, starting off now with the player ratings, and starting off in goal, it's David Raya. I've looked back at that kind of situation, the one where we let the last goal in against Wolves, and the more I've looked at it, the more I said it's actually Raya's fault. I did initially say it was Gabriel's fault, but Raya should have communicated 10 times better than that. If Raya just communicated, just said, I'm there, let me catch it, Gabriel would have let it go. But regardless, he is still our Premier League player, and maybe, and this might sound ungrateful, but maybe it's time for us to look in the market for a new goalkeeper as well. In the defence, I'm going with Gabriel and Saliba. It's the centre-back pairing, supposedly the best centre-back pairing, and they need to show up now. They need to show up, and I'm not saying they've done horribly, but they need to show up in this game in particular. In the left back, I'm going to say Piero Hincapié. I think Piero Hincapié absolutely bossed that position. I think he's found his new position, really. Piero Hincapié playing left back. I think he's found it. That's his level. That's where he's found. And on the right back, I'm going to go with Jurrien Timber. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I'm going with Ben White. I've changed my mind. Ben White. I think Ben White, not playing him against Wolves when Timber was doing shockingly bad, was unacceptable to me. Now, moving into the midfield, I'm going to start us off with, and this one, I feel like I'm still going to say Zubimendi, but only because I expect us to really go at them. And if we're not going to go at them, if we're going to sit back, play Norgard. Just for Christ's sake, if you're going to go defensive, play him. And with him, I'm going to go with Declan Rice. And Declan Rice, give that man the captaincy. Because Saka can't do it, and Odegaard sure as shit can't do it. Those two are not captain material. Rice is captain material. Did you see what he said with Eze? When he was playing with Eze, he came up to Eze after he was complaining, and he said, "Stop complaining and do something." That is someone who is a captain. That is someone who is commanding respect from the team, who's commanding more than what we're getting. And that is why I want him wearing the captain's armband. Also in the midfield, because I've realised now that we've changed formation, it's going to have to be Bukayo Saka in the midfield, which I'm very cautious about, but until we get Kai Havertz back, I can't see any other options. Madueke. I think Madueke plays his direct football. Hopefully we're allowed a little bit more freedom. And the other side is a bit of a debate for me because Martinelli didn't play very well. But what I do, I would play Trossard and I would bring on Martinelli afterwards. And of course in the striking position, I'm going with Victor Gyökeres. But please, for the love of God, give this man the ball in the centre of the park. Give this man the ball, when he's making a run through in the middle. Because if he's going to the left, he's not going to do a job. And that's really more on Saka than anyone else. But that's my match preview for That Angry Lot Down the Road versus Arsenal. Let me know what you think down below. Like, share, and comment, and please do subscribe. It really does help out the channel. And I will see you for the match watch along for That Angry Mob Down the Road versus Arsenal. Goodbye for now.